There was a deeply distressed crow with its own life. One day, while perched on a tree branch, it found itself shedding tears of sadness. At that moment, a monk was seated under the same tree, and one of the crow's tears accidentally fell onto his face. The monk, noticing the crow's anguish, asked curiously, "Friend, why do you cry, and what is the reason behind your tears?" The crow confessed its distress, admitting, "I feel profoundly dissatisfied with my existence. It seems like nobody appreciates me. People avoid me, and no one shares with me. I feel despised and unwanted. Sometimes, even death seems more attractive than continuing like this." With empathy, the monk responded wisely, "Dear friend, we must learn to find joy in every situation we face." However, the crow couldn't fully grasp the depth of the monk's wisdom and continued to weep. So, the monk asked in a sage manner, "Tell me, if you could choose to be another animal, what would you choose?" The crow answered enthusiastically, "I would like to be a swan." Moved by the crow's desire, the monk advised it to find a swan and inquire about its life. The crow followed the advice and set out in search of a swan. Upon finding a swan gracefully gliding on a lake, the crow exclaimed in awe of the swan's beauty. The swan, however, replied with sadness, "Despite my appearance, I miss the vibrant colors that other birds possess. White seems insignificant. True happiness, in my opinion, belongs to the peacock with its exuberant colors." This response left the crow perplexed. Determined, the crow flew tirelessly until it found the peacock, which was confined in a zoo surrounded by admirers. After observing the situation, the crow commented to the peacock about its beauty and popularity. The peacock, however, revealed that its beauty imprisoned it. "People pluck my colorful feathers for adornments, causing me great pain. Despite the appearance, my life is far from happy." Faced with this revelation, the crow asked the peacock who it considered the happiest bird. The peacock replied serenely, "After careful observation, I've concluded that you, crow, are the only bird that flies freely, without confinement. I realize that true happiness lies in your freedom." This realization deeply touched the crow. For the first time, it felt genuine joy in being itself. Flying away, it proclaimed wisely, "I don't wish to be anything else. I am content with what I am." Moral of the story: this narrative reminds us that we often compare ourselves to others, leading to sadness and dissatisfaction. Instead of desiring what we don't have, it's important to value and find happiness in our own journey. As the Bible teaches us in Philippians 4 verses 11 to 12, "I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances." And in 1 Timothy 6 verses 6 to 8, "But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." Therefore, we should keep this story in our hearts and remember that happiness isn't found in others' possessions, but rather in gratitude for what we have and who we are.